Once again, welcome to my video tutorial class. Hello everyone. Today we will learn about a really significant topic, and students can expect both long questions and MCQs as well as conceptual questions from this chapter, that is production function. And prior to beginning this chapter, you must consider yourself to be a producer. So assume yourself as a producer and not as a consumer. Suppose like you are a seller, a producer, an owner, or a manufacturer. So if you think in this manner, your perspective will proceed as a producer, and you will be able to understand this topic easily, and of course will be able to grasp all the basic concepts. So here we will be learning about the meaning of production, factors of production, that is the factor inputs, production functions, followed by short run and long run, and at the end, the most important topic, that is the law of variable proportion, and of course with its 3 stages. So now, what is production? It is nothing but a simple process of conversion or transformation of inputs into outputs. Let's say you are using some raw materials to create some products that would be beneficial to the customers. So whatever we are using are our raw materials, and the final product that comes out after using those materials are our product. And the process that is involved here is called production. And production can only occur or is possible when raw materials are available and are being used. And apart from the raw materials in the production process, land is also required, labor and money is also needed in order to start a business. So therefore, whatever is needed in the production process in order to produce is known as factors of production. So our next topic is factors of production, that is the factor inputs. And mainly there are 4 factors of production, that is land, labor, capital, and enterprise. Okay, labor. Now don't think that labor is a worker. When we use the word worker, it actually means laborer. And work is known as labor, like how many hours that laborer is working, has done labor. That is labor. And laborer is the worker. So labor is the physical movement of the work that is involved in the process. Alright, and capital. We can call it as wealth, and it is a stock concept, and one can further buy other raw materials or machines from the capital which helps in our production process. Alright, now we will move to our next topic, that is production function. The word here, function, means the relationship. So it is basically a relationship showing between inputs and outputs. Like how much of inputs should be used in order to produce how much of quantity of goods. And production function is a scientific function. Actually, it is a technical function between inputs and physical outputs. And there are 2 types of production function. One is short run production function and the other one is long run. As everyone knows, a short run production function is that time period where at least one factor remains constant or fixed while other fluctuates. But in the long run, it is that time period when all your factors are changing or suppose like fluctuating, which says that all the factors are variable. And the definition has been displayed on the screen. So, short run, it refers to a time period within which outputs can be changed by changing only variable factors. And long run is that time period during which outputs can be changed by changing all factors of production. Now, moving to our next topic, that is the law of variable proportion or the law of diminishing returns. This law is also known as short-run production function. It is the relationship between the physical inputs and outputs where at least one factor is constant. Suppose, for example, you are taking two factors, that is land and labor. So here you are keeping the land fixed, so it's already over to a short run. If there is only one worker on the available land, then also the production will occur. And again, if more workers are hired, production will rise at an accelerating rate. So here, the labors are variable factors and the land is fixed. Once more, if you keep on increasing the rate of labors, there will be a huge number of laborers in that limited area of land, which will slow down the expansion of the manufacturing process. That is, resulting in slower growth in the production process. It is called as the production is increasing, but as a decreasing rate. Initially, it was increasing at an increasing rate, and if the number of laborers continues to increase, then the production can decline and can become negative. So the law of variable proportion states that as we increase the quantity of only one input while keeping the other inputs fixed, the total production, we can say the total product increases initially at an increasing rate, then at a decreasing rate, and finally at a negative rate, which means it will fall. And law of variable proportion has three stages: increasing and decreasing rate, and then negative. The table shows that there are two factors, labor that are rising and land is fixed. At first, the overall production appears to be increasing, but eventually it begins to fall. Now, how we are calculating the marginal product? Marginal product, that is the MP, is the difference between the total products. So, the law of variable proportions has three phases or three stages that we have to discuss. Now, let's see the behavior of the marginal product. Initially, it is increasing, then MP began to fall, and at the end, MP reaches 0 and then becomes negative. So, our total product and marginal product curve is displayed on a next slide here. Therefore, now we get our TP and MP curves. Now, if we study the first stage, that is our stage of increasing returns, here we find is that MP rises and TP also increases, but at an increasing rate. It is also known as law of increasing returns. And next is our stage 2. It is known as stage of diminishing returns. It occurs when MP began to fall but remains positive, resulting in increase in TP. But here, TP, that is our total product, increases but at a decreasing rate. And it is also known as law of diminishing returns. And finally, our last stage, that is stage 3. It is our stage of negative returns, where our MP becomes negative and TP began to fall. So that's all for today. Thank you. Thank you so much.